You know, today is one of those days where I don't feel like making a whole lot of food with a lot of steps and a lot of things going on. So I am going to save myself some time and save myself some trouble and make some homemade-ish food. So I am making homemade-ish chicken pot pie biscuit cups with pre-made biscuits, frozen vegetables, and rotisserie chicken from the store. I'm using a frozen vegetable pack that I had in the freezer for a few months now. I have some lima beans in there, some carrots, some peas, and some corn, but you can use whatever frozen vegetables you have on hand. All right, so I have some rotisserie chicken that I was gonna get rid of, but I'm glad I saved it. All right, I have some cream of chicken soup. I am sure you have some cream of chicken soup in your pantry. As a matter of fact, I always have it in my pantry because my grandmother, we live in a hurricane zone, so my grandmother always tells me, you never know when the lights are gonna go out. Always keep your cream of chicken soup in the pantry. And I'm like, Grandma, if the lights are out, then... Okay, anyway, so here's a way to use that cream of chicken soup that you never use in your pantry. A half a cup of half and half, and some freshly cracked black pepper. I'm gonna give it a little mix. Growing up, my mom worked a lot to make sure that we had everything that we needed in our house. She was a single mother and she worked a lot. And so there were times where she wanted a home-cooked meal but just didn't have the time to do it. So she would do things like chicken and dumplings and use canned biscuits instead of the dumpling. My mom would make lasagna a lot and she would use the jarred sauce. There was nothing wrong with that. You know, I don't know where we've gotten in society in these days and time where you feel like you have to make everything from scratch to have a complete meal. You don't. You don't. If you need to use a jarred sauce, go ahead. If you need to use biscuits from a can, why not? Okay? So this mixture is nice and incorporated. So I have a muffin tin here that I've sprayed with nonstick spray. I have some canned biscuit dough that I'm gonna slightly stretch. Right? And I'm just gonna stretch it and press it into the mold, right there. And of course, like you see, we're making a cup. I'm known for my chicken pot pies. And when I normally make chicken pot pie, I'll take the chicken breast, sear that off, take that out the pan, add the veggies, add the onions, add the seasoning, then I put it all into a cast iron skillet, and then I top it off with either dough that I've made from scratch, or sometimes I actually use like puff pastry, or sometimes I use biscuits. But the process of all of that, you know, is tedious in itself. So this right here just saves you so much time. And what's really cool about this recipe is that you can freeze these. So if there's a day where you really don't have any time, you can just go in the freezer, pop it in the oven, and have a meal. All right, I'm gonna add the filling to the biscuit cups. And so I'm adding just enough to fill the cup. Don't want to overfill it because it will kind of spill over. There is a lot of pressure on me to always create things that are like super homemade, super from scratch. This is like, Kardea, you're a chef, you're a cook. I know you're not using canned biscuits. And it's like, come on guys, like I have a life too. I have things that I have to do. And sometimes I just don't feel like it. You just don't feel like it. And I should never feel guilted into like constantly making things from scratch, you know? If it's good, hey, do it. All right, so this is my last cup. I have the oven preheated to 350. I'm gonna bake it for about 20 to 25 minutes. Ooh, look how pretty those are. They smell so good. Beautiful. All right, so before I get into that, I have to let that cool off. I gotta try those chicken pot pie cups. Ooh, I'm excited. It's cooled down, so it's safe to eat. Oh, can't tell I didn't make this from scratch. Man, oh man. It's crunchy. It's just good, and it's super comforting. It didn't take all day to make it.